Sorry, my name is William. Just before I start, I'd like to thank God just for another day. I'd like to thank Him for the breath of life. I'd also like to just thank all the guests that are attending today. Thank you for making yourself available to make it to the service just to honor Jack. Secondly, I'd just like to send my condolences to the other family of Billy, the other passenger who had passed away. My heart goes out to them. I can only imagine the pain that they must be going through. I didn't really write down anything or plan anything, so I'm kind of just going to improvise at the moment. Jack Heritage, eh? Man, he's probably, if you know him well, he's probably one of the most annoying, most irritating, but also one of the most kind-hearted, generous, and caring people that you know. He's the type of guy that you can ask him to do anything, and he'll do it for you. He won't do it expecting something. He's going to do it from his heart. I think the greatest thing about Jack is when you put him amongst like a new group of people, it's so easy for him to get along with anyone you put him with. I guess another thing with Jack as well, I guess those close to him would know that he takes a lot of people's stuff as well. Like this guy, he would come to my house and he'd take my clothes, food, I don't know, jewelry, anything, underwear, he'd take it from me. But I guess he just accepted that because he was like a little brother to everyone here at church, and a little brother to everybody. I think one of the two memories that stand out for me with Jack was he was a bit of a fortune teller. When I say this, the only reason why I say this is because a few years back, I didn't really attend youth groups at church, and I'd always, I just preferred to spend my Friday nights doing other stuff like studying and and then I always would ask Jack on Sunday morning, how was youth? He's like, yeah, it's good. I would just like tease him about it. And then one thing he would always say to me, he'd always say, one day you're going to become the youth leader, you wait. And then a year and a half later I became the youth leader. So, I guess that worked in my favor though, because every time he tried to leave early from youth, I'd always say, yeah, you're the reason why I'm here, so you have to stay as well. I think that was one of the good memories I had. One other memory is, apart from my full-time job, I install insulation on the side, but Jack always helps me. He's done pretty much every job with me as well. And I'd never forget. It's quite funny because the first job we did together was Huntley, and the last job we did together was in Huntley as well. But I'll never forget the first job that we did. The first job, I still remember, because it was our first job, we were working for ourselves, so we were just, we were hyped, and we had to install insulation for 3 houses. So I remember we got down there. The first house was alright, we installed insulation there, that went fine. The second house, we installed insulation there, that went fine. And by the time we went to the third house, it was getting dark and we were just getting tired. So I think the address of the property was, 140 or 150 Great South Road or Great North Road in Huntley. And I was like, Jack, just go check the mailbox. Is this the right address? Because we went to the address. He was like, yeah, that's right, yeah. So we got to the address, we went underneath the house, and I was like, hey, there's already insulation here, why do we need to... And he was like, oh no, it's not... And I was like, Jack, you sure? He was like, yeah, it's the right one. And I was like, okay, we'll just insulate it again. So we started insulating it, and it took us about 3 hours. Then after we got outside the house, we started dancing like, yes, we finished, yes. And then as soon as we walked out, there was a gate. So we walked out the gate, and I see this old Palanga lady on the phone. And then she looked like angry. And I was like, oh, is everything okay, man? She's like, sorry, what are you guys doing here? And I was like, oh, well, you just came to install insulation in your house. She's like, I didn't ask for any insulation to be installed in the house. And then she was like, and then I asked, oh, what's the address of this property? She's like, this is 150A. And then we're like, yeah, so we ended up installing the wrong house, and the house that we were supposed to do, we didn't end up actually insulating because we didn't have enough materials. But yeah, now after that, every house we did from that point onward, we checked the mailbox number 5 times at least. Yeah, man, so many good memories with Jack. Yeah, and just all the things that we would do at church and also youth. He's a little brother to all of us here. Just gonna miss his presence, and just he'd always bring such good energy with him everywhere he went. I can't think of a dull moment that we've had together. And yeah, just don't want to start crying, so I'm just gonna finish at that. Jack, I love you, and I'll make sure I help take care of your family as well. When you go. Thank you.
Hello guys, my name is Matai. I'm one of Jack's close friends. I met Jack at Carlton Boys in his last year, year 13. First time I met him was in building. It was our building class. The man was getting ready to fight everyone because he came from Wesley. I told the man that everyone thought he was international. Because every Fijian boy that comes from Kalofiama comes straight from Fiji to Kalofiama. He was just first ready and everything, building class. And, he told me that he was ready, he was looking at everyone, eyeing them out. This guy's an idiot. Then the whole year of going to school with this guy, funnily, I told him after high school we need to stop being friends. 2 years later we're still together. Just gonna miss pulling up to his house. I would always argue about me pulling up to his house late at night. He would call me. This would be at 11 at night, and he would call me. Brass, I'm bored. Pull up to mine. I'd say no, I would have. I'm not pulling up. I know you'll pull up. I'm not gonna pull up. Hang the phone up. And then 15 minutes later, I'll call him. I'm outside. And then he'll come down the driveway. Yeah, I know you love me. Then we'll sit there for ages at the end of the driveway, outside talking. It would seem like a short talk, but then by the time we look at the time, it's 4 o'clock. And I say I have to go back before Mom wakes up. She wakes up at 4:30. he would always convince me to stay longer. He said, who cares? Get in trouble. Stop. You're going. We recently started to go touch. Because touch would be near me and he'd always say, pick me up. Because I have to drive past the location to go get him, then come back to the location. And then I have to go drop him, then drive past the location to go back home. And he'd always say he'll pay for gas, but then when I drop him home, the gas is never paid. I'm gonna miss him saying that he needs a ASB card to transfer. Oh, man never has data. He'll always say, okay, text when you're at my house. Walk up to the sliding door. The sliding door makes that weird. The bed, the TV is blocking him, so I him talk to. Did I say walk in? I said text. And I'd walk in, trash his room before I leave. At least take his shirt. I have half his clothes at my house. The thing that makes me angry is he'll say pull up, and then I'll walk inside his room, the man's ready to go somewhere. He never tell me where he wants to go because I know I'm not going to drive him there. He'll come out of the bathroom ready, and then he'll have his spare clothes for me to wear. And yeah. Gonna miss his vibe, his humor. Me picking him up at night, driving around, I don't know where. I miss him so much. I'm gonna end it by saying I love you. I miss you so much. Tally with Sevens team, they changed their name to the Heritage Barbarians. So the team will be ready. So they changed the name for you. But I'll just tell you, boss. And, no more complaining about the long drives to pick you up anymore. Love you, bros.
My book beside you. On behalf of the family, firstly I would like to acknowledge your presence here. It shows to us that we are all together in what we as a family are going through. We feel your love, we feel your support, we feel your comfort. It means so much to us, helping us, sustaining us, healing us in every area, this difficult time that we are going through. May I especially acknowledge, if I'll go into detail about everything, it will take a bit of a time. There's two people or two groups. Firstly, the Church, Father of Praise AOG. Thank you for feeling our pain. Thank you for standing beside us. Thank you for everything. From the assistant pastor Sunil, I hope I didn't put you under so much pressure by letting you lead the service. The church board elders, dear wives, department heads, ministry heads, each and every church member. Thank you so much. And secondly, Mr. Amos and Nipa Valentine. If you'll go home, you'll see all the decorations at home. That is them. You came to church this morning, you saw everything around here. That is them. Even the media this morning, that is them. The huge presentation with your contributions that you came with last night, so overwhelming. So we want to acknowledge you for that. My dear fellow pastors, dear wives, ministers, thank you so much. Assemblies of God of New Zealand, we acknowledge you. These two guys, they have taken up most of my speech. Even the shoes that my namesake is wearing, it's mine. I haven't even worn it. It was given to me just before Christmas as a gift. It was still in the box. He walked in, he saw the shoes, he put them on. Yo, it fits me, it's nice, so nice. He didn't want to say that I was going to give him, so I told his mom, I think I'm going to give Junior the shoes, he likes it. That was on Christmas Eve. Little did I know that we would receive the message or the information from the police on Boxing Day about what had happened. So I told his mom, I'll let him have my shoes. So he has those new shoes on with him. But I've struck a bargain with him. All the perfumes that have been brought, I say, Junior, sorry, I'll make use of them. You've taken my shoes, I take your perfume, deal. Such a lovely guy. You might see me this morning that I'm not too emotional. We were coping well because I had to deal with his sudden departure instantly. When we got the information or the news from the police, as soon as the policeman departed, we just worshipped the Lord. I told the Lord, as a church minister, we go to a lot of occasions to comfort people, say words of encouragement, just bear with them, their burden and their heartache. But now it's my turn. And we want to tell you, Lord, nothing changes. Our confession of you will never change. That you are good, you are awesome, you are wonderful, you are ever faithful. And we'll never question your decision. We just humbly have made to you. And that is really what helped carry us through. What touched me this morning was the song that was sung by the group. Many times as a young man, we would force him to come to church. But today he has led us to church. Not in the manner that we expected. We know in our hearts that he's in a better place. And I also pay tribute and offer our condolences to the family of Viliame, the other Tongan young man whose life was taken away. We share your pain, we share your sorrows, and if we say the word, we know. We know how it feels. So our condolences to the family of Viliame as well. In our last devotion, we were sharing the importance of making the right choices in life. With Junior. Telling young men, we cannot spoon you every now and then, spoon feed you every now and then. We've done our part. We've prayed for you. The church has done its part. The youth group, the youths are surrounding you. It comes down to the personal choice that you make. I've been telling the young people who've been coming home to pay their tributes, you wouldn't want your parents to go through the same thing that we are going through now. So if you are a young person here this morning, I would like to once again remind you of that. Be mindful of the choices that you make in life. And please consider your parents. We've told him in the hospital, we've told him at home. I want to tell him again now. Junior, we believe without a doubt that God gave you to us for 20 years. And we enjoyed every moment we spent with you. We've witnessed in the past few days what has happened. A fellow minister came and put his arms around me and he said, I've seen two things. Two things have come into my mind and I would like to share it with us also. I'm sorry I'm taking a bit long. Two words, breakdown and unity. Breakdown and unity. I said, Talatala, thank you so much. That is what everybody is saying around me. The barriers have been broken down. That has kept us apart. Churches, communities, ethnicities, speaking generally for the Fijian community, the people who have shown up we have never met. We have broken the barriers, boy. And you've helped us unite. And I would like to ask us in memory of Jack Scott Jr. if he could carry on with that. Let's break down the barriers, whatever barriers that exist amongst us. Let's just love each other and walk hand in hand. There's no greater thing in life but to love one another. And to end on a personal note, I said this to my son after seeing all what was happening. I told him, Junior, even though you may not be walking straight, but you have the heart of a pastor, boy. Which means people. Your love, your concern for people. So it reflected back on me. So I'm going to use this occasion and time to please apologize. If I've met you somewhere, if I've said anything, or my son has done anything that has hurt you, please do forgive us. His favorite Bible verse, Romans 12:31, do not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good. Junior, like the song that we just sang, build our mansion next door to Jesus. Tell the angels we are coming on home. We'll catch you later, boy. Vinaka.
Good morning, hello everyone. My name is Eleanor Heritage and I am the youngest sister of the whole Heritage family. On behalf of me and my bigger sister, Lorraine Heritage, who's still in Fiji, I would like to share this speech speaking to and about Jack Heritage. Please don't have high expectations for me because this is my first time doing a speech about anyone. Jew was an inspirational person to many people. He inspired, encouraged, he looked after, he loved, and he was very annoying, like the other people were saying. But his annoyingness brought us closer to him, and that's why we sort of love him. He was very weird and energetic as well. He would dance around the house by himself sometimes. When Lorraine used to come home, she'd secretly record him. One thing I personally didn't like was when he'd make me his suspect. You know what that is? Yeah, so if he didn't feel like he had the legs, he'd make me run around for him, get stuff for him. Yeah. while he played his video game. My parents would know that. Mom would go shopping and before she was about to leave, she would be like, "Oh, can I have some Sprite? Can you buy me Sprite?" And Mom was like, "No." And then he would say like, "Oh, please, Mom, please." And she'd be like, "Shut up. Stop wasting my money." And then after that, he'd be like, "Oh, I'll transfer some money to your card." And she'd buy him Skittles, Mountain Dew, Doritos for the rest of the day. I'll say on behalf of my family, we cherished his heart. He was filled with love and comfort. There was this way that he could make any negative situation into a positive one with his laughter, his joy, and just like his smile, his weirdness. And on behalf of Lorraine and I, we are proud to be recognized as his siblings and sisters. He had many friends, as you can all see, outside and inside. He was very social within school, from Wesley to Kelston. At home, he was social when there were new guests coming home. He didn't notice this, but I like to listen to what he was saying on the phone, just so I'd know what to say when I go on the phone with my friends. When my parents were around or not around. I'll miss his jokes. Sometimes they were mean, sometimes they were nice. Not all the time, but he tried. I'll miss everything about him. We'll miss everything about him. And I just wanted to share one Bible verse that he would say, I think, every family meeting. Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.